Alright, hey everybody, this is Dave. What's in front of you right now are 4 accessory heads, Fieldpiece accessory heads that I use, and I have them on different types of handles for the most part. Basically, we have here the ADMN2, which is a dual port manometer accessory head, the ACH4, which is the AC current clamp head, the ATH4, which is the dual temperature head, and last but not least, the AAV3 vane anemometer head. One of the things that I kind of enjoy about Fieldpiece is that, you know, they make things affordable for the tech, especially for tech like myself, who was just starting out last year, and still starting out, on his own. And I love testo equipment. One day I do plan on getting me some testo equipment, but my budget unfortunately does not allow me to. Hold on one second. Okay, back to where we were. I forgot where I left off at, so basically I'm just going to go into just details about each specific piece here. Basically with the ACH4, let me see, hopefully you can see that pretty good. Basically with the ACH4, the main reason why I got this is to be able to check the amperage on the blower motor inside the unit with the blower door closed. As you well know, majority of us, we check the amperage, on the blower motor with the blower door open. Understandably, because we don't have anything to attach it to, and let the blower door be closed. Old-fashioned way with your regular, clamp meter and probes. And with this device right here, attached to a wireless transmitter, you can clamp on, to the wire, and then send a signal outside with the blower door closed. So that will give you a much better accurate reading of the blower amps, that are going on inside the furnace. Next thing here is the ADMN2 dual port manometer head. And for the most part, I do use this to verify or check static pressures, and then also to check for supply and manifold gas pressures. It's a really straightforward, simple unit. It does what the majority of all the other accessory heads, with the exception of the clamp meter, allows you to turn on the auto off feature. So like after 15 minutes of inactivity, this device will shut itself off. You have to naturally turn the device off and then turn it back on again. Okay. As far as resolution, if you have a display handle, you can set it for 0.1 for gas, 0.01 for static pressure. Okay. And you have the option of measuring each individual port individually, and then also too, you can measure the difference between the two ports if you're doing static pressure, or if you're doing supply, line, and manifold gas pressure. This has served me very well. Battery life on this thing is great. It uses a 9-volt battery, and I use it with my EDHL regular display handle. Okay, it's not wireless. Basically, you put any Fieldpiece accessory head on top of it, and you just use the display. It does give you min-max feature, and depending on what type of accessory head that you have on there, you set the switch to DC or AC. Excuse me, DC for natural DC voltage if you're using a battery, and AC if you're using the clamp head. And just like up at top, you have the resolution. How you want the screen to be displayed, and also the hold feature. So pretty much, this is my manometer setup. Whenever I go on a call, yes, it is big. Yes, it is very humongous. But again, like I said, that's the one thing I like about Fieldpiece, is that you're not limited. Now, however, Fieldpiece does have a new manometer coming out. Oh, sorry, I got an alert going on here. Oh, shut up here. What is this? Yeah, a good old Verizon in their alerts. The good thing I like about Fieldpiece, let's say, you're not stuck with, buying one single device. Like I said, this was just a manometer manometer unit. You're not stuck with just buying a manometer unit, okay? And then turn around and buy an anemometer unit, or then turn around and buy, temperature unit, okay? So again, like I said, Fieldpiece does make it so that if your funds are tight, you can buy something not so much as 100%. All around best, but it does help your job or make your job, easier. And that's, one of the advantages I enjoy about using Fieldpiece products. Now, any one of these accessory heads I can use with the wireless transmitter. So if I want to send data, to my HVAC Guide or to my ADMN2 or to another recording device, I can do so, with that. And or you can buy here's the thing here, the ACH4. Now the ACH4 is a built-in wireless / display handle, and this is what I normally use with. Excuse the mess here. With my temperature dual temperature head. So like I said, if I want to do wet bulb or dry bulb, what have you, or if I want to check the supply temperatures in the return and check the temperature in the supply and the return. Sorry about that. I can do so. And then also too, whatever measurements I want to send, it can go to my HVAC Guy. You can't beat it. Can't beat it at all. Again, like I said, battery life on these are great. For the most part, they all offer the ability to switch off auto off feature, so that way it doesn't shut off prematurely while you're taking a test or if you're taking a test. Now, naturally, if you are, let's say if you're doing a test with your HVAC Guy, you got to set the data logger. You got to turn your auto off feature off on all your devices. Okay, otherwise this won't read or measure anything. Now, for me, when I first started using these, I took the auto off feature off because of the fact I didn't want these units to cut off while I'm in the middle of doing something. Now, the only drawback to that is when you're finished with the job, or if you're moving stuff around, these switches automatically come on. And unbeknownst to me, there were times when I was 2 or 3 days, hadn't been to my truck in 2 or 3 days because I was off. I come back to my truck, open the truck up, go through my equipment and stuff, and then I discovered this thing's been on. Okay, just steadily going and stuff like that. So after doing that so many times, I decided to activate the auto off feature. So if it does, hit, it won't stay on for very long, and it will shut off. Okay. Now you can see my little temperature probe head got snapped off because I shouldn't have left them in there, but since these are already calibrated, for this unit, it doesn't affect the performance of heat. It doesn't affect the performance of these for the most part. Now, of course, with all accessory heads, you can't see everything that's displayed all at once. And just like with the anemometer head, the manometer head, temperature head, and even with the anemometer head, you can only see one type of reading at a time on your display, unfortunately. Again, you can say that it is a drawback to a certain extent, but keep in mind that this is not a super high dollar tool or equipment. Okay, so there is a little bit of give and take. Okay, so like with my anemometer head, my main important thing is this right here, the feet per minute, to help calculate the CFMs that are coming out of my registers or supplies, and also too, which rarely on occasion because I already have a separate pocket psychrometer that has a built-in temperature. I want to check the temperature and what have you. With my manometer, like I said, again, I can only see one port at a time, and then also the difference between both ports, at a time on the display. And then with my temperature head, naturally, I can only see one temperature at a time unless I set it to T1, T2, where it gives me the difference between both T1 and T2. And with this, you have the option of setting it to Fahrenheit and Celsius. And then, like I said again, like for me, I just leave it on my ACH4W display, wireless display handle. So my setup normally is ACH4W temperature probe if I need to send out signals. ADMN2 is my manometer connected to my EHDL1. AC clamp head connected to one of my ET2W. And with my vane anemometer, had to get a little creative. I believe this is an EDL, I forgot the model of this darn thing, but basically corded accessory head attachment piece, and goes to HVAC Guy. And not only does it work with the HVAC Guy, I'll show you here in a second. Like I say, you could connect this to any digital multimeter. Yeah. So again, like I said, you can have two-hand operation, kind of make you feel comfortable, especially if you're up there on a ladder, and you want to do measurement on a grill. Granted, you can have this. I'll show you in a second here. So you don't have big hands and you're on a ladder. This thing can be very cumbersome and very dangerous. And like I said, with this, you have to kind of keep hitting the arrow button to take measuring points, across the register or across the grill, or you do a two-hand operation. Lay this on flat on top of the ladder, and then use your other hand to go across, the grill. And then, like I said, your other hand on top of the ladder can just keep hitting, marking the points, going across. And once you're done, you hit enter to get your total CFMs going in to your return or coming out of your supply. So this is it in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. I'll be happy to answer. Or if you have any questions, like I say, you're curious about some things, don't hesitate to write me, and I'll be glad to answer. And that takes care of basically the Fieldpiece ATH4 dual temperature head, ADMN2 dual port manometer, AAV3 anemometer accessory head, and the ACH4 AC clamp head. Bye.